you and what you are doing. And I introduced myself. I'm Coach Julian from Kayole. We're doing this. We have a school program. We have blah, 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 blah. Ah, okay. That's how I met my mentor.
All right. By the name?
Mzuri-san. I met my mentor, Coach Smarts Olumbo.
Coach Smarts.
Olumbo, the late.
Let's to that man.
I wish
has bring over how many trophies in laser?
I wish we are talking about laser or national.
RIP, man. That man is a legend.
Yeah, that's how I met that guy, because you never know. Anytime you have an audience, speak yourself.
True.
Most of the time I could come late because, do you know what? By that time I was hustling. I could come late for the lessons, and everybody was like, "Why is this guy coming late?" Until one Coach Drew called me and was like, "Coach, where do you come from?" I told him, "I come from Kayole. I've noticed you have been coming late. What's the problem?" Tell me how to work in the morning and then come for the classes. And he was like, "Okay, oh, so it's far from here." Yeah, it is far from here. So, oh, okay, I understand you. But for a coach, anytime it is session time, you have to be on time.
Respect time.
Yeah.
More than
you have to respect time, because your players will come early, your parents will come early, and if you come late, it means you disrespect them.
You respect their time, their value so
but
much.
Coach Smart held my hand since that clinic. And he was like, "Coach, Kayole, where?" And I said, "Kayole Diwopa, this is where we train." "Oh, you're sure? Yeah. You have this here?" "Oh, no problem." But then he was coaching Eagle Wings, and he was like, "Yeah, we'll." Of course, we exchanged numbers, and we was like, "Could we have clinics? Could you come over and see what you're doing?" I said, "Yeah, no problem." And Coach Smart came for our first clinic. He was not feeling well. He was extremely sick, and we planned for a schools program. Not everybody. We planned for a schools program, and everybody, "Hey, Coach Smart is coming. Guys, come over," and everything. So everybody came. Coach Smart came late. I think he was just coming from work, and you could see he was ill. But when he came, he gave his best in that clinic. He didn't want anybody to feel sorry for himself. Sorry for him.
He came to the intention. Mimi nimekuja with the knowledge I have to share. Think of my knowledge more than my appearance and my
Yes.
That's why the guy is a great man.
2005, around there. We did very many activities. In 2005, 2006, I met a lady. They had an NGO in Soweto, and they were doing children rights thing. And we mobilized for them. We had very many tournaments. I think, do you know Nathaniel Mkoma?
Nathaniel Mkoma.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Mkoma.
Yeah. He's the director of
Gria.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Nathaniel. I'm using the word Nat. I didn't know the full name.
Yes. Nat.
Sorry. Nathaniel.
In 2005, this NGO had there was a world competition, and this NGO approached us.
World competition.
To give them young people who are active in sports and who can talk. And Nathaniel Mkoma, I think Emily, I think there are several people who are there who attended that conference in Nairobi. That was the national. So from that one, they were supposed to go to South Africa. Yeah. That's how I met Nathaniel. Nathaniel was a player in Blue Sky, a school in Kona, Kayole.
Kona tu hapa chini.
Hapa chini Kayole.
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky, yeah. Yeah. I remember the tournament. I remember the first tournament we organized. Nathaniel scoring his first basket and was celebrating as Cristiano Ronaldo running the court.
And he was so excited, and he used to enjoy his time on basketball.
Yes. Yeah. So through this, the NGO was like, "Yeah, Julian, can we do an activity?" We could plan several activities. Yeah. I didn't have a team. We didn't have a team. So from the school's program, At Kato, there was nothing much. Yeah. This is how I met Brian Oyo. Yeah. Through the school's program. Yeah. So we were like, every Saturday and Sunday, we'll have a session from this time to this time. Yeah. So those who are in schools, everybody can't come to the Catholics Duopa because it is a church. They have the activities on Sunday in the morning. They have the mass and everything. Yeah. So players like Brian, like Nathaniel, they're the ones who are wale waliamua. Coach alisema, you are having a session with 50 kids in a school, and you're like, on Saturday from this time to this time tutakuwa Kato. On Sunday from this time to this time tutakuwa Kato. So eventually kids started dropping in, they're coming. And eventually you're like, oh, where do you come from? Which school? We had 17 schools. So from which school do you come from? Oh, this. Oh, where is your home? This. And that's how I got my first players. That's how I fished. In religion terms, you could say kama Yesu alikuwa na fish.
Yeah, fish.
So
Galilea.
Yeah. So that's how I fished my first players.
Good.
And I remember there is Brian Oyo, there is Joe. Mimi namwita King Falme.
John Falme.
Yeah. In that squad, I had like 7 kids who are very consistent.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is approaching elections at 2007.
Before election, Kenya.
Post election, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm approaching. So we are training, we are doing, we are coming, and people are seeing. At Catholic, actually, we didn't have a basketball. If you're talking to me...
By then, there was no hoop even in Diopa?
No, the hoops were there.
All right.
But now, what will you use to play?
Oh, the racks, the balls. No?
Yes, yeah. We don't have basketballs, we don't have the cones and everything. So that's how we met with these young men. I'm very grateful to them.
Yeah, that's good, man.
For sure.
I can see
Trust you me.
They are friends of today.
Today, they're not my friends. Most of them, they are my business partners.
Family
and some
friends.
of them are family. They are my family.
You don't call them friends now.
They are more than a family. They are more than friends.
Basketball
actually.
is family. That's
they are more
that's
than
the slogan is.
yes. They are more than a family.
Basketball is family.
Yeah. They are more than friends. They are more than my players. Yeah. So there was Oyo, there was Nathaniel, these people, all of them who are coming, and they are showing up. So as a coach, umeenda umomba mtu ball, umeenda umambia Jigi, simeza tusaidia ball moja. Nani, simeza tusaidia ball. Yeah. So you have like 3 or 4 balls. So when a chief mmekuja, run session, wameenda home. So with time you're like, now, hawa watu hiyo wanatoka wapi?
Okay, you just train the kids, but you don't know their background.
They don't. I don't know. You met them in school, the school's program.
So it's upon you now start dig deeper, angalia watu.
But that one came later. That one came later. Yeah, that one came later.
Oh.
So wala watakuja ni sawa. So kina JND, we are doing training, we tunacheza. And at that time, Diopa, as I told you, was the only court in East London. Yeah. So mabig fish wakikuja, watu wasoni. Wale mabig fish ni watu wako premier. Kuna wenye wako juu yao. Yeah. So hiyo ndio time yao. Mtu ametoka shughuli, amekuja ni kurusha, tucheze twende. Trust you me, to go to a point. Au mabig fish wakikuja, wale tunafanya session. Na tuambie bana masaa hapa nimefika, because tulikuwa naambiwa ikifika 5 hakuna any activity kwa church. Masaa imefika, ambia
bwana ilikuwa inasonga sana.
Ni watu hii ni nini mnatuambia? So we created the muscle. We could tell them these are kids.
Kids can give a power.
Yeah. We are playing basketball. We are having our chat. We have just finished our training session. Why don't you give us time to talk? So kidogo tungesoka kando wacheze, but with time we are like hata leo mchezi.
Authorities now upon you.
Yeah. Upon
church them na support pia.
Wacha church. Watoi wamejaa, wamefika karibu watu imbao.
What?
So wazee wanasema let's watch what the kids are doing. Are we together? Yeah. So it was very important. It is very key to me, very personal to me, because do you know what? At that time, I hadn't gone to college. I didn't have a profession. I didn't have a job.
That's true.
Are we together?
That's how
Chief didn't have.
Yeah.
And all the people we were working with, we're talking about Agase, we're talking about Mose, we're talking about the people we were working with. They had sacrificed. They are just young people in the community.
Can I stop you just ask a question before continue?
Yeah.
Like Nathaniel at the time we were speaking of, was he as a recruit or was he a partner in the organization Napanga training?
No, Nathaniel was a kid.
Oh, so he was amongst the kids whom you were training.
Yeah, whom we were training.
Okay.
And if he gives you his personal life, his father was very ruthless.
Wow.
Trust you me.
You need to get Nathaniel here in this.
Nathaniel will come to this studio and he'll tell you about Coach Julian. He was. Because the father was like, ni academics. Kama si academics, ni academics.
Hey, baba ataki acheze mpira.
No sports.
Yeah. Trust you me.
Yeah. Okay.
Nathaniel currently he's in school. He's doing his academics. Yeah. After he has made his niche in life. Are we together?
Yeah.
So most of these children they didn't come from good families. They came from a very poor background. We're talking about broken families. We're talking about single parents. We're talking about pure orphans. Yeah.
So you understand most of their background.
I understand them better. And the only place they could get a cool was by coming to Duopa for the training session.
College?
I went to college.
Oh, that's what okay.
And do you know who made me go to college?
Then it feels good.
Do you know who made me go to college?
Please tell us.
Not the school's program.
The school program itself? Like
the school's program that we initiated in Kayole.
The school program?
Kayole, Soweto and Comarox. That is what made me go to college. They were
like
not,
you went to when?
They were not.
After
they were
not.
They were no, not after campus. I went to college. Actually, I told you after my aunt told me I've sacrificed enough for you to go to high school, and I came to Kayole with courtesy of my sister, who paid for my rent. I think for 5 months maximum. From there, I was on my own. Are we together?
Yes.
So when I was starting with Brian, when I was starting with Mike, trust you me, I was on my own. Lucky enough, maybe Coach Chief had his family, but of course we are going through the same situation at the same time. He's a great friend, a great partner.
Chief Rocker
is a great friend, a great partner.
They are mentors of my
he really inspired me. He really made me believe in very many things. He's a friend. Even if we part ways, trust me, I'll never give a negative word against Chief. As a friend, as a brother.
Shout out to Chief Rocker once again.
Cheers.
Shout out.
Trust you me. Shout out. A very big cheers. Are we together? This is how I went to college and to university.
Oh, they gave you the opportunity.
I never dreamed of that opportunity. So the sacrifice we used to make, coaching these young boys, sacrificing Sunday, and it was strict. Sunday 3 after the church, all the masses are done.
So you're not getting paid with anyone.
Nobody could pay. No one was paying us. But I just developed that,
the heart.
I was like, okay, this is the game that I love playing. Actually, we played. Actually, with the Chief, we and the others, Kinabuya and all the people at the Catholic Church, where the basketball program was, we could play. We played, and then Chief was like, "Why don't we do the league? The league is ongoing. Why don't we register?" So we registered the Catholic Dream Team. Yeah, Catholic Dream was my first team.
When was it registered? Which year?
I think 2004, 2002, somewhere there. Yeah, this team we played in the league, the Catholic Dream Team. It was a dream team for sure. Chief was a strategist and a good scout. He is. Yeah. So he got all the players, and we went to the NBA.
The NBA, which is now the
Nairobi Basketball Association. That is the only provincial league that was permitted by then, even at now, I think, apart from the KUSA or the other. So we played the first season, the second season. Of course, we were a self-sponsored team. We were supposed to, I think, pay, I think, around 18 or 22,000, registering, affiliation, and everything. we played very well. First season. Second season, we were like, this season we have to win so that we could go to Division 1. But now, what are we getting out of it? Nothing. So the second season we played. And when we got to the playoffs, we qualified because Chief, as I tell you, as a strategist and a good scout, we had the best team. So when we get to the playoffs and we have an arrears of almost 10,000, you get to the court, the game day, and you're like, okay, guys, if you don't give me my money, you don't pay the league fee, you're out. And that's how we were left out of the playoffs, the Catholic Dream Team. Are we together? So we're like, okay, what are we gaining from this? What are we gaining from playing? And by then, everyone was like, we want to play the NBA. NBA in the US. And we're playing the NBA. Yes, of course. You can see the highlights. You can see the highlights. You can see everything. And you're like, this is the only venue for us to make it in basketball. Through basketball. But you go there, you win, and then you're given a certificate, and you're given a medal, and you're coming back to your family, or you're coming back home. Is it worth it? It is not worth it. So Chief was like, why don't we start something?
Like something that in the relevance kidogo kwa sport unalana.
And Julian, you have experience in community mobilization. You have worked in Kibera. I've worked in Maisa. Why don't we do something? And we're like, why don't we the schools program and the program at Duopa? And that's how Kina Oyo, Kina Mike, all those people, name them. They have gone through that program. Yes. Are we together? Yes. Later, Coach Chief, we started Trailblazers in Comarox because we're like, Comarox, these middle class, they can fund their children to go. Yeah. So there was a Trailblazers. But for us, it was Catholic Dream Team. And we started it, and we made sure.
So you mean you already registered Catholic Dream Team?
Yes.
Kwa NBA League. That is in 2000 and
2000 and I think I have the certificate. I think it is 2002-3.
Sindio. And then the thing got dissolved in time of playoffs. When the league
of course, it wasn't dissolved, but we were like, what is the sustainability of it?
Oh, like you didn't see any impact.
Okay, how can we pay the league? How can we get the transport? Do you know getting a team from Kayole to... But then we used to play at Railways and back 1 weekend. And you have to pay a league fee. Are we together? So, and there are people who don't have shoes. There are people who don't have jerseys. You have to get the jerseys and everything. All these.
So it's a self-sponsored team anyway.
It was a self-sponsored team. All the teams are self-sponsored. So all those challenges, it wasn't easy. Are we together? So it was a hard time. Yeah, but we didn't actually at that time. We didn't have in mind people like Kina Oyo. We didn't have people like Kina Nathaniel, people like who are playing currently in the Premier League, the people who are made to Europe or US. We didn't have them in mind. We just started something because out of passion.
All right, I understand.
And personally, it was like the basketball I used to play in high school. The satisfaction I used to get, the gratification.
It's kind of like you're just reviving the memories. High school, they are being revived. You don't want to let go the memory.
Let go the memory, and you are attached to it.
I understand that.
So eventually, this is what happened. This is how I went to college. It is very mysterious. Trust you me. One parishioner came and told me after the 2007-2008 post-election violence, and was like, Coach, I've been seeing you guys coaching these kids here. I know the church doesn't pay you. I've already inquired, but I've written your name on a list that there is a sponsorship for you guys to go to for something. If it goes through, is okay. If it doesn't go through, it's okay. And I was like, yeah, it's no problem.
We'll appreciate
whatever comes. Yeah, we'll appreciate. Yeah. And this is how I ended up in college. Tangaza College. A constituent of Catholic University. One of the most prestigious, the most expensive university in Kenya.
Tangaza College?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you. And not, it is 90% religious organizations. They get their bishops, their fathers, their sisters, yeah, and 10% laymen. So we were not religious people, we are laymen. That's how I got an opportunity to get to Tangaza College. So he signed my name. So they had highlighted the places kulikuwa na for selection violence, Kayole, Kibera, Madare, hizo vitu, hizo area zote. So name zetu ziliwekwa. So the Catholic Church ilikuwa inasimamia. I think it was Catholic Justice and Peace that was sponsoring, so that in case something happens like that in future, the youths are empowered. They don't know, they can't involve themselves. Hivyo unaingia hivyo yeah.
Unless mko na kitu kwa as a backup kidogo.
That is how
kufe tu na hustle tu, you have a backup kidogo.
That is how I went to college. Trust you me. And
have you finished?
It really opened up my eyes. I finished and I was one of the best students.
All right, that's good. Congratulations.
Trust you me.
So which part of which certificate were you going?
We went for, it was called sports and peace.
Sports and peace.
Yeah, this involves physiology, psychology, basic communication.
That's a good course because it's relevant to what you're doing.
And trust you me, and the people and the lecturers and the professors who attended to us. Trust you me. To date, I have all. I give a very great appreciation to the late Sister Elena from Italy, yeah, and all the other professors.
Should I be saying, like, is it because that now you're having a fluent English? Tangaza College is doing something.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's good, man. Good job, man.
Maybe because whatever we were doing with Coach Chief,
Rocker, yes.
All the mobilization, going to schools, talking to the principal, administrators, parents, these, trust you me, they were filtered at Tangaza College.
Wow.
And they were like, you know what? You have, this is Oyo, this is Nick, hey, this is this player. You have to personally know Oyo. Academic, year, family, mother, siblings, father, and from then I have always created personal relationship with my players. You come to my court the first day, the third day.
I've known you. I've known your parents. I've known your sister and brother.
I don't meet your parents. You don't come for my training session.
That's good, man.
I had this very awkward situation with one of my key players. Actually, he was outstanding, and he alikuwa anajituma, and he came. So most of the time he could come late, and I was like, "You're not training." So 2 or 3 times, and I was like, "I had to meet your parent. I have to meet your parent. I have to meet your parent
because this could not be coming from your parents."
Yeah. So eventually, he forced the parent to come. When the parent came, she was extremely bitter.
What?
Why are you wasting my working time? This is only a game.
Hey.
Yeah. Why? Okay. It's only a game. Yeah. Mtoto wangu ameshinda kiniambia, hey, unaniita. Nimeacha kazi. Nimekuja hapa. Na nikifutwa. And I was like, calm down. There's a reason. Mimi, mtoto wako kumia hapa, utaanza nifunga. Tafadhali. Nilikuwa nataka nikujue,
ndio hata akipotea akisema nilikuwa na Coach Julian utanipigia basi, si ndio?
Trust me, he's one of the most successful players that I have on my team.
Wow.
Trust me,
that's good, man.
He has he's doing well professionally. He's in the military. Trust me. The sister has gone through a very successful transition from primary to high school. She's in one of the best schools around the country currently. But that relationship, since then, she changed her perspective.
Do you know for us that this whatever Coach Julian is telling us, it's a lesson to not only to the youths but also to us. Yeah. Because remember, we are also going to the same career path that he's going through.
Yes.
Because now we are young coaches who we are now no longer youth students. We are trying to grow to become teachers to other students who are now the young generations.
Yes.
So in order to go there, we need to get somebody who has gone through the path and teach us.
It plays a very
and
big
what he has
role.
what he's talking is something that is very crucial. It can help us. It will elevate our coaching skills better than other coaches, because if you try to put yourself in that caliber whereby you are all coaches, but in a point whereby you are a coach but you know all your players personally together with their family backgrounds,
with all their issues,
because that means you know your players better than any other coach who just know me. Wewe ulikuja leo ulikasirika, jana ulifurahi. Yani I just know you based on the part where we are meeting on court. It distinguishes you from them, because you'll be a better coach knowing that if at all this player is not scoring, he's not doing ABCD, even before you even talk to the player, you'll already know what's going on in his or her mind.
You might have anticipated.
Yeah, you can tell, because you can know. I know what's going on in their family.
This is what I'll tell you.
Right? Now it can help you with a better decision on how to coach the player.
Yes, and it's not coaching is to all my players, all my players. Are there any of them to come and maybe display this? A coach is a father figure.
Yeah, it is. You're like a parent there.
A coach is a mentor, and a coach is a coach. It goes beyond the skills. It goes beyond coaching. It goes beyond pushing them maybe for the physical activities.
True.
It is understanding. Yeah. I've had players. I've had parents who are like, coach, you know what? Wewe chukua mtoto wako, and I'm like
mtoto wako tena kwani wewe.
Yeah, because you know what he relates more to the coach than to the teacher or to the parent.
Yeah, true.
Coach alisema
coach aliniambia hivi, mbona wewe unaniambia hivi? Na coach aliniambianga hivi.
Tuko na hii 200 ya kwenda kununua sapa. Hapana, kesho tunaenda Kibera tournament. Coach amesema. So tulale njaa sababu ya coach amesema. Kama siendi Kibera basi mimi siko kwa hii familia. I've had not once, not twice, not thrice.
It's true, man.
There's a time one of the girls almost collapsed in the game. She was my key player, and she told me, you know what, coach? I'm sorry. I've never talked to you rudely, but I came on time. You told us to come at 6:30 for the league game. I came with the full amount of 200 that we're using for transport. This 200 was our family money for supper. So everybody slept hungry. Tulishinda njaa, tulilala njaa, ndio mimi nikuje game. Nimekuja on time. Nitafute tu maziwa nikunywe, ulcers irudi chini. Mimi kuna shida ulcers.
Wow.
Yeah? And this is a young girl who is
how old is he?
From 2, that is 13 years. She's playing for me in the league game, and that time we were playing against Daystar University. We won that game. In our last game we played in the league, we only had 2 wins, and that was one of our wins. Yeah. And this girl was like, this was the only amount, and my family slept hungry. I didn't come with my sister because it couldn't accommodate me and my sister. So next time, kindly tell my teammates to be on time, to listen to coach.
So she was mad of her teammates.
Yes. And it affected her performance. Yeah. So it means a lot. Coach says it goes. You are a coach. It is something different from a teacher. It is something different from a parent. You play a big role in a player's life.
True.
They trust you wholesomely.
True, you're a parent.
Yeah, are we together? So anytime you call yourself a coach, you have to know that the people you're communicating with, the people you are interacting with, the parents, they believe and trust in you. Yeah. There's a time